This Zhejiang woman took advantage of the May Day holiday to go on 3 blind dates in one day. Morning, noon, and evening. But all ended in failure, all because she presented 3 conditions. First, she demanded a betrothal gift of at least 580,000 yuan. Second, she required a fully paid premarital apartment worth no less than 1.5 million yuan, which must also be transferred to her name. Third, after marriage, the man's entire salary must be handed over to her. She herself holds a master's degree but is already 39 years old. Though she wore a mask, her looks were generally passable. While all 3 men were her preferred type, after hearing her 3 conditions, each of them responded with a cold laugh, told her to hurry to the temple and pray for a husband, then decisively walked away. Before leaving, they even politely paid the bill, leaving her sitting alone at the table. I'm really about to lose my mind. I never thought my life could turn out like this. During the May Day holiday, I spent almost 3 or 4 days crying. I admit I don't have much talent or ability. All I can do is cry, but crying doesn't seem to solve anything. So I've decided to sort out my thoughts. Did you know? A new type of marriage proposal by a post-95s woman has gone viral. She says she doesn't need a betrothal gift, a car, or even her name on the property deed, but she has 3 conditions. First, premarital assets stay separate. What's yours is yours, what's mine is mine. Second, living expenses are split 50-50, and each person handles their own mortgage. Third, each person takes care of their own parents. You support yours, I support mine. So what do you think? Could you accept this new kind of marriage arrangement? I've heard so many girls say, probably over 1,000, that if they could meet a guy who doesn't smoke or drink, is a little introverted, maybe not the most socially smooth but doesn't go clubbing, has stable emotions, takes care of himself, and goes to work faithfully every day, they'd marry him in a heartbeat, even if they had to pay for the wedding themselves. The only problem? They have no idea where to find a guy like that. Do you know where he is? People often say that men shouldn't start a relationship when they have no money, or they'll only face humiliation. But a truly good woman is one who stands by you firmly even when you have nothing. A man's character is shown by whether he can resist temptation when he's wealthy, while a woman's character is shown by what she chooses to uphold when her man has nothing. Do you think these qualities should matter when choosing a partner? A lot of women these days try to climb the social ladder through marriage, expecting to live an easy life at the man's expense. But men from smaller towns don't owe you anything, right? Are you coming to his family to collect some debt? When a man marries you, it's to build a life together, not to support you financially. Is he supposed to bail out your whole family? Giving a big betrothal gift, bride price, is just setting him up to be taken advantage of, same with putting your name on his property. The more money and assets you demand up front, the more likely you'll just walk away later. He's already letting you live in his home, isn't that enough? Why insist on co-owning everything unless you're planning an exit strategy? Plenty of people pull this trick, take half the assets after divorce. Don't encourage this toxic mindset. A huge bride price is basically funding her escape. The more you pay, the faster she'll leave. If you want something, work for it yourself. We all need to stand against this. The dating scene keeps getting worse. Some women make endless demands without reflecting on what they actually bring to the table. Can you even cook a decent meal? Is your daughter some flawless, virtuous maiden who'll dutifully care for her husband and children? Stop making one-sided demands. If you're only eyeing what the man can provide, his wealth, his family status, without considering what you offer in return, you're part of the problem. Over 500 girls from Nanchang have told me that if they meet a guy who doesn't smoke or drink, is a bit introverted, and maybe not the most socially savvy, but stays away from bars, keeps his emotions steady, lives a clean life, and works hard to earn a living even if he's not rich, they'd be willing to chase him themselves just to marry someone like that. The real question is, how many guys like that are there in Nanchang? Lately, I've been hearing a lot online that when a husband falls into debt, his wife will almost always leave him without exception. They say that once a man loses his ability to earn money, the first person to look down on him is his own wife. Many couples claim they'll stick together in good times, but very few actually stay through the hard times. Do you think this is really true? I was born in 1989, so I'm 36 this year, well past the age when society expects people to settle down. Most of my friends are already married, with happy families and grown-up kids, while I'm still single. In my 20s, I was decent-looking and had a few admirers. Back then, finding someone to marry would have been easy. But after 35, my age became my biggest hurdle. Now it feels hard to meet the right person at this stage, yet staying unmarried also seems unusual, and I worry about being alone in old age. My parents keep telling me to lower my expectations, stay positive, and that I can still find someone.
你们发现没有，就是
Have you noticed that many women who demand cars and expensive gifts for marriage are often those with limited skills and life experience? They spent their youth on unreliable men, their energy on nightlife, and their kindness on past relationships. In the end, all they have left are tactics for dealing with men. Do you agree?
为啥男生相亲的
When guys go on blind dates and hear a girl say she loves traveling, it usually doesn't work out. The moment a girl says her hobbies are traveling, makeup, fashion, photography, or yoga, most guys will want to leave. Don't assume she's just someone who loves life. Think about it. All those hobbies require a lot of money. This comes from one of our male members who said, they don't love life, they just love spending money. On the other hand, if a girl says she enjoys gaming, comics, binge-watching shows, sleeping, cooking, or doing little DIY projects, that's more relatable. These are hobbies that ordinary people can actually afford. What do you all think about this? So old already? I am a 38-year-old single, unmarried, with a master's degree and my own company. I've always believed that working hard to earn my own money is a mark of excellence. But at this age, the setbacks I've faced in the dating market have been truly disheartening. I can honestly tell young women, whether it's men your age or younger, they will discriminate against you because of your age, and this discrimination seems to be socially accepted, as if you somehow deserve it. Another objective reality is that very few of your peers are still single. Perhaps your best option is to prepare yourself for the possibility of growing old alone.
什么？中国
What? China has over 100 million single women? Wasn't it said that there are more men than women? Wasn't it said that there are 30 million more men than women? So where did all these single women come from? Let me tell you, it's from drinking soup. What kind of soup? Poisonous chicken soup. The first bowl. Men should be responsible for earning money to support the family, while women should focus on being beautiful. The second bowl. A man who isn't willing to spend money on you doesn't love you. Only a man who doesn't love you will expect you to be sensible. A man who loves you will spoil you, let you act out, and just want you to be happy. The third bowl. A man's money shows where his heart is. The fourth bowl. A man who doesn't know how to sweet-talk a woman is just a clueless straight guy. The fifth bowl. There are no ugly women, only lazy women. The sixth bowl. A handbag is a woman's second face. The seventh bowl. There are only men who can't find wives, not women who can't get married. The eighth bowl. Woman, you deserve a better partner. Bowl after bowl, women drink this poison and become intoxicated, falling into serious delusions. They all start to believe they are fairy princesses, goddesses, or Cinderella waiting for Prince Charming to come and slip crystal shoes onto their feet. In reality, this poisonous chicken soup is fed to them by businesses and capitalists. Using the dirtiest tactics, they've inflated women's egos to the point of stupidity and uselessness. A woman earning 3,000 yuan a month demands a man who makes over 10,000. A woman who's 1.5 meters tall demands a man who's 1.8 meters. The goal of capitalism is to make women spend recklessly. If their own money isn't enough, they'll spend men's money, trapping them in consumerism. Buying clothes, bags, makeup, dining out, traveling, watching movies, many men exhaust themselves trying to keep up with these demands just to get a girlfriend. When their salaries aren't enough, they turn to installments, credit cards, or even online loans. Once they're drained dry, the relationship ends in a breakup. To achieve their goals, capitalists will stop at nothing. Apart from Tomb Sweeping Day and Father's Day, they've turned every other occasion into a reason for men to spend money on women. If there's no holiday, they'll invent one like May 20th or the first cup of milk tea in autumn. Even International Women's Day has been rebranded as Goddess Day. And if you're a goddess, of course, men have to show their devotion with gifts. Many men simply can't bear the pressure. They either give up voluntarily or get dumped. Meanwhile, women continue to live in their fantasy worlds, waiting for their tall, rich, handsome prince to appear. Who's going to wake them up? Let me tell you, the number of single women over 30 in Chengdu has already surpassed the 2 million mark, and among them, 500,000 are high-quality single women over 35. But these women aren't in a hurry. They believe that waiting patiently will lead to better options. However, I'll be brutally honest here. Chances are they won't find anyone and may have to face the reality of growing old alone. Why? Because they all share the following traits. Highly educated, they won't settle for men without a college degree. Demanding housing requirements, they insist that men must own property in Chengdu. If they relax that requirement, they'll then demand height, or that the man's home must be in a better location and larger than theirs. Truthfully, they're anything but flexible. Expect men to outperform them in every way, because let's be real, that's what they're truly asking for. Now think about it. If a man meets all these high standards, wouldn't he have way more options than just these women? So tell me, who do you think men would choose?